Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is the last game of the whole tournament. This is the Inclusion Cup, brought to you by Sunnyside Basketball and UNHCR. And this is the men's Division 1 final, which witnesses Tux University, University of Pretoria, going up against Mighty Basketball. Mighty is in black and Tux are in white. And we can't wait to see how this is going to go. Of course, these were the winners from earlier semifinals, and Tux had an easy game to get through to the finals. While Mighty, had to go up against a worthy competitor, but they also walked away from that with the win. And we just want to give a shout out to the following personnel or persons, entities involved in this Inclusion Cup. That is the United Nations Refugee Agency, Sunnyside Basketball, UNICEF, Basketball Sheriff, Tux University for allowing this to be hosted here, as well as, of course, all the people, all the fans, and all the basketball players and all the clubs that have participated in the 4th edition of the Inclusion Cup. And this one is for Pretoria, ladies and gentlemen. Pretoria has been well represented in basketball here today. As we wait for the jump ball. And unfortunately, they will have to retake the jump ball. And it is Tuck's first possession. Matthew Williams on the line. He takes the three-point shot but doesn't get that to fall. Tyrese able to collect that. And it is out in the hands of Mighty. Mighty is bringing that up as Kumape for Mighty in the number 2 drives. And unfortunately doesn't get that one in his favor. The ball does go over to Tux. Shumelo in the great positioning to get them the ball for his team. Tux moving the ball around from side to side. Matthew Williams not able to get that ball, and it gets tipped out of the hands of Tuto as well, as he was trying to collect the rebound. Tyrese starting on the defensive side of things. Matthew Williams trying to get over the head of Manamela. Mighty have kept the ball in their hands, and it is a cross-court path that goes to Pawane. Back in the hands of Manamela. And it's going to be a big man battle as he gets it back out of the hands of Matthew, but he's unable to collect it. Tyrese with the rebound, running the floor, finds Trumelo, who looks for Allen on the line. Allen takes the shot, and he makes the shot, and that is the first points of this game. And that's going to look like a hot affair as Allen swishes that in from the three-point line. Defense is intense here by Tux, but number 2 is able to get around them. Matthew is in the right spot to find that ball that was going to the man. Mamecha goes all the way. He gets those 2 more points to go, and he takes Tux up to 5 points as the team effort is rewarding. Tux. Ball is moving in and out for the Mighty, and they are able to collect their first 3 points of this game as it bounced off the top and came right back down through the net. Tyrese Walker with the 3-point attempt. He doesn't get that to go. Rebound is collected by Malebate. Pawane stuck on a dead ball situation. He gives that over to Manamela, who gets around Matthew but is unable to connect, and The ball is in the hands of Tuto. Finds Walker. Walker goes all the way, finds Khumelo, who will hand it over to Ellen. Ellen fakes the drive. Tyrese in the corner. And that is good to go. It bounced around a little on the top, but that is good to go. And the 3 is in the bag for Tyrese Walker. Pawane tried to look up Tato and try and see if he could dribble by him, but he couldn't get past him, as he has to go over to the other side. Khumelo, great defensive steal, gets the ball out to Tyrese, finds Khumelo on the other side, but they are going to keep this ball alive in possession. Gives it over. Allen is on the line. Mamecha for the 3. Mamecha for the 3. And timeout has been called by the Mighty Basketball, as they need to go to the drawing board to discuss how they are going to stop the assault by Tux. Tucks are in high spirits, as you can see there, as it was a good timeout for them and a good first couple of minutes in this game. Offense, defense is the call being made there by the Mighty. And it is the backcourt inbound for Mighty, as we are back down the floor with Tux's front defenders getting there. Manamela finds the cutting man. Cutting man tries to give the additional pass over, and it is a jump ball called on the ground, as these guys are willing to go to the floor for this ball. Good defense, hands are up by Tuto. He gets that ball out. Alan Mamecha. And if you didn't catch the earlier Tux game, I had some info just about Alan himself, and I think he's had a good run in terms of basketball. Last week he was at the BAL playing for Team South Africa Select against the NBA Academy, and he put up a good 5 to 7 points for SA, on his first attempt ever. And right now we have the unsportsmanlike foul being called against the Mighty, which will see Tyrese going to the line for Tux. He's unable to get that for Tux. 1 of 2. And he doesn't get that one either. I think he readjusted on his shot a little too much. But that will give, of course, the unsportsmanlike will give the possession back to Tux. And they are going to play that off of the line. Yeah, Mighty coach there on the board. And he's asking for, guys, lock in. Focus. That's the call right there, coach. Tyrese hands it over to Mamecha. Mamecha to Khumelo. Khumelo finds Tyrese. Tyrese does take the shot, but it does get blocked. And that was blocked by number 8 from Mighty, Khaukhelo, who's almost unable to get the ball over the line. Matthew with an intense block there, as you can hear the bench crying out at how great that was. it's a quick barrage of baskets coming in from Tux at this point. They are making sure that they are not leaving any stone unturned as they keep attacking the mighty basketball. And Tlumelo now able to walk the ball in, passing it over. And they are able to just swing that around. And again, they've drawn the foul and they will be going to the line. And this time it is Matthew Williams, another SA player. Well, he's going to be stepping into the green and gold for the first time this time around when the 3x3 USA team will be going to World Champs, the World Student Games in Germany. And that there is Matthew Williams. A little short on that first attempt. And still unable to connect on the second one. And that will put the ball in the hands of the zero, who is smart enough, Ledwaba, to draw the foul on Tyrese there as he dribbled around into in front of him. Ledwaba is able to put that into the hands of Manamela. He passes that back out to Moleti. Ball is moving around. They're still trying to figure out how to break into this Tux offense, well, defense, and the offense is unable to find a way around this situation as Matthew walks away with the rebound. Tyrese controlling the game, hands it over to Matthew, gets told to shoot it. He launches that, but it is back in the hands of Dikhale. Defense is on key when it comes to Utlumelo. He has made sure that his player has to pass the ball as that shot is not able to connect for the Mighty. And this is, I like the intensity of this game. The Mighty are not backing down from anything, and they've brought the same amount of intensity and physicality that Tux has been showing us here today. But with a lack of defense on your point guard, that's absolutely going to be giving Tux the opportunity to make good decisions and find the basket like Tyrese Walker just has on that three-point attempt in the baseline corner. And Mighty still directing. They get the ball into the key, or at the top, but Manamela not able to connect, and I think they're just looking for that big man possibility, but it's not there because Tux have made sure that the key is a problematic place for them. Substitutions are happening, and I can tell you who's coming back on the floor for the Mighty. That is the number 2 Komape. They call him Ice. And a timeout has been called by Tux. So we will take a short break while they go back to the drawing board. And it is Tuck's ball on the sideline, inbound. They still have a lot of time, you know, to dribble that ball there, make decisions, call the play, direct the play. Good look inside, but hands were there by Mighty, and they were able to deflect that into their own hands. And they are right back down the floor right now as the Tucks defense is sitting outside of the three-point line. So it's spread out the floor quite a lot as that shot goes up and is not able to connect by Khoza. Matthew Williams doesn't get it to connect. Tumelo with the collection for Tucks. And he's handed that over. Masilela finds Matthew alone. Matthew misses it, gets his own rebound, goes up and gets fouled. Impressive hustle there by Matthew Williams to work around some of the big guys inside of the key. Matthew unsuccessful on his first free throw. Doesn't make the second one either, and official calls for change of possession, and that goes into the hands of the Mighty. The Mighty have to face Tuck's defense that is already waiting for them in the front court. Manamela gets away from Matthew. He's able to get the ball in that position, looking at what he's going to be doing. And the foul has been called against Matthew. On the ground foul, which is a side ball. Mighty take the attempt, unable to make it. Mameja walks away with it. He waits it out, and his teammates are back on the offensive with him. Tumelo lines it up, sets it up, but he doesn't get it to fall as it chips off of the front of the rim. Mighty swinging it around on the base, all the way down to the baseline. They look inside. What a reverse attempt, but unfortunately doesn't get that one to fall, and it would have been quite the find if he had. Allen lines up from the three, but he doesn't get that one to go. And coach is shouting at him to actually attack the key and not just take those attempts from outside. Good hands, Masanamela. And the timeout has been called by the Mighty coach. And of course, Mighty haven't scored a basket since the first three-pointer that they hit in this game. And they, of course, are looking to make sure that they find some kind of momentum before the close of this game, as Tucks are sitting on a 13-point lead quite early here. We need another one. and it's Tuck's ball. Tuto there on the line. He hands it over. Masilela. Tuto with the shots. Tuto makes the shot. Tuto Mukhodzi makes that shot in the last counting down seconds of this game. And I assume that with the lack of score for Mighty, it is going to be quite the problem. We do go, this is the end of the first quarter, ladies and gentlemen, and we are sitting with a 19 to 3 points, 16-point difference between the two, and it has been impressive thus far. Please stay tuned for the remainder of the game, of course, and just to remind you that this is the final of the Inclusion Cup, as we see Tyrese Walker there just fluffing up his hair, you know, looking for the good shot. And just like that, we're back with the third quarter, and it is already action-packed as a change of possession has gone over twice. And the Mighty are back on the offensive as he gets around inside, gets close enough to the basket to almost get it, but no basket gets made on that one, and the jump ball will stay in Mighty's hands. And they are attempting to the basket, and they're able to get that one. As Rams Moleti gets 2 more points for the Mighty. First 2 of this quarter. As Tumelo gets caught in traffic, and it becomes a jump ball, but that jump ball will obviously be going to Tux. The referee's asking that he should have let that slide and allowed for the tussle over the ball, because then it would have been Mighty's ball, and they would be in a better situation as opposed to the current jump ball. As they find Matthew on the line, Matthew takes the shot, but he's unable to connect. Mighty gets out. Ball is on the ground, so they wait for the rest of their teammates to come in. They're moving the ball around. He's trying to take on Tuto. Finds Matthew. Gets the basket! And cheers go up in the arena as he is able to collect 2 points there for the Mighty. Ukhaukelo Sakheteke. And he's able to collect 3 points out of that play as he makes good on his free throw there. And the Mighty have gone into a full court press, but with a very long pass, Allen is able to convert for Tux and takes a hard smack on that one too. Khanye gets stopped and he gets the hand stripped out of his hand. The ball are stripped out of his hands on that last one. The defense is ultimately there when it comes to TU Tux. Looking for his teammates, looking for the drive, pops it back out to the line. Dribble one, but doesn't get that to go. Allen Mamecha with the rebound. Matthew at the half, and he's taking the drive. Matthew able to collect the foul called for him. That will be sending him to the free throw line. Matthew collects his first of 2. Makes good, and he's had practice throughout the day. His first 2 shots are down. Ball swings down to the baseline, fakes the jump, hits the shot from the top, but no basket for him there, and it's back out in the hands of Masilela as he drives. Thabo Masilela finds his teammate in the corner. Very high shot attempt, and he was fouled on the three-point line.
Shooting two.
And he missed his first free throw. And he makes good on his second attempt at the free throw line. And the battle is on as Mighty have got to keep that ball in their own hands. The shot does get taken by Khanye, who doesn't connect, and the rebound is back out in the hands of Tux. And they've called for the play and the spread of the court, and unable to connect on that last one. Good hands as he dribbles past all 3 of the defenders that were trying to get in his face. Doesn't have a lane there to drive into, so the ball goes right back to the top as they wait it out and they call for their teammates to get moving on the floor. Molete takes the shot and he makes the shot, and he gets 3 points there for the Mighty. And a foul off ball has been called. foul has been called against Tux. And as you can see here at the bottom of the corner, Tux player is complaining to the coach that, hey coach, hey man, he's hitting me and I'm hitting back, and I'm the only one who gets called for it. But of course he gets sent back and told, you got to play through that. But there are some subs on the floor. And the Mighty are in the double digits, and they are waiting. Of course, they're still 14 points down, but they're playing like they have a plan when it comes to the Tux defense as well as offense. Mighty have moved the ball. It's back up to the top. He's asked, slow it down, just wait a bit. Molepo almost losing that one as the defense stays in the faces of Letwaba. Molepo sends that over to Moleti. It is black ball. The foul was called on white. And we continue play as Mighty got to keep the ball, and a defensive foul was called against Alan Mamecha. The shot is off the glass, and that is a fast break. Violation called in that moment. Hello there on the screen as he inbounds the ball for Mighty, and they go down. Third attempt at an offensive set as they are still looking to score off of this attempt, as there are complaints there from the Tux side of the bench. Manamela able to collect for the Mighty on that last particular play. Tux on the offensive. Tyrese Walker goes all the way, makes the basket. Saucy on that particular one. As the Mighty get there, drives inside, spins, looks for his teammates, finds the outside man. Doesn't get the chance to pull up for three as Tyrese was there in his face. Nothing. That defensive set actually put the ball back in the hands of Mighty. Mighty are trying to get around it. Shot goes up, nothing. And the scramble goes down to the floor as eventually the jump ball does get called, and now it is starting to get highly intensive as the Mighty player who was said to be knocking players around earlier is the one who's in the middle of the tussle. And a conversation is being had there by the officials with both players from both teams. The official is Ellen Denga as he's having that moment there with these young guys. Just kind of breaking it down in terms of the intensity and the swinging. Clearly, that's been a problem. Mighty have the ball, they've inbounded that. As Litoba trying to find his teammate, he finds that in Manamela, who does draw the foul. Foul was by Matthew. Ball is inside. It is being played. It was played to Manamela, but he wasn't able to connect. Nothing for the Mighty as of yet. They've been here on the offensive for longer than what you'd consider a regular possession in basketball when it comes to the 24 shot clock, but there isn't one here today. So we are running on almost like a freestyle when it comes to possession timing. Allen swinging it down to Tlumelo. Tlumelo with the baseline shot. Doesn't get it, but Malachi is there and he's able to clean up for Tux. Defense is on point as each player who receives the ball on the Mighty side has got somebody in front of them, and he's looking to find a way to get around him. Nothing made for the attempt as Tlumelo is in the front court and able to collect on that fast break connection from Allen. Double bringing up the ball for the Mighty. He tries to dribble around him. Manamela takes the very high arcing shot. Tyrese walking in the ball for Tux, and he's back on the floor there, starting point guard. And something I've witnessed today, he's got a lot of time to make calls, make plays, to call on his teammates, spins around them, finds Tato on the other side, who collects the 2 points for the effort that Tyrese put in there when it comes to the display of ball handling skills. The Mighty having to play a very wide game when it comes to the offensive side of things, having to find it. And Manamela inside is able to draw the foul, so he will be going to the free throw line, as well as whether it was a shooting foul or not, as Tux are in foul trouble. They are sitting on collectives right now, so they will be sending everybody to the free throw line on any of the contact that is made going forward of this quarter, of course. Unfortunately misses his first of two. Doesn't connect on either of his two free throws. And the game is back on. Tux's offense, of course, what we've seen of it thus far is dynamic, and it is switching as that just happened, as well as collecting fouls. They've done just as well as Mighty have done in collecting those fouls, and I do believe that the Mighty are now sitting on collectives as well. Collects his second free throw for Tux, and it is the full court press there, as they have to send that all the way to the halfway line to be inbound. Manamela able to pass that over to Eyes Omape. Defense by Tlumelo, that's one thing I will have noted. Excellent player in that regard. Malachi able to collect 2 more points for Tux as we're winding down to less than 2 minutes of the second quarter. And just a reminder, we are at the Tax Remembrance Hall. We are here for the conclusion of the Inclusion Cup, which has been playing over the last 2 weeks, of course, brought to you by Sunnyside. And today we crown, by the end of this game, we'll be crowning the third champions of the day. We started off with the under-16 boys. We then had the ladies. Under-16 boys was won by Sunnyside, while the ladies game was won by MBB. And of course, between the Mighty and Tux, we will be crowning the men's champion of the fourth Inclusion Cup edition here today in Pretoria. Alan Malamela drives in this time as he's able to tip back his own first missed opportunity, and he's able to tip that back and get 2 points for Tux as they inch closer towards the 40-point mark before the end of this quarter. And if Tromelo has anything to do with it, they will get those 2 points. Allen goes, he makes that 39, so they are 1 point away from the 40-point mark that they would have reached within this halftime. And Mighty have to make sure that they keep that ball away from the man who is being defended by Utrumelo, as he's going to make sure that he's in his face. Ball goes, Malachi is chasing, misses the chase down. Coach Tanda of Tux on the screen there, you would have just seen him. And that there, number 24, is Maleti of the Mighty. It's the last seconds of this quarter, and they are looking for the shot clock or the buzzer beater on that. And that is the end of the first half, ladies and gentlemen. It has been an exciting thing to witness as Tux have taken quite the dominating lead against the Mighty Basketball, sitting on 39 to 13 points. I will be catching you, of course, in the second half before we wind down this particular matchup and crown these champions. And we are back with the action as the Mighty start with the first possession and they take that first shot but don't get anything to fall. As Tyrese is able to get that ball all the way over to Trumelo. Even though he was fouled, he's still able to get that there. And excellent display of athleticism there. We are in the sunny city of Pretoria right now, and we are witnessing the second half of the Inclusion Cup, as this is the final. As Tuto makes good and collects 2 more points for Tuks, who have obviously shown quite a dominating first half, leading close to 30 points plus 25. So of course it is something to witness how much more different the next part of the game is going to be. It's either Mighty find some momentum and dig deep and are able to, you know, close that gap, or Tuks continue to run away with the game as they have. And just a note as to who, why, and where we are. We are at the Inclusion Cup, which is a tournament run by Sunnyside Basketball Club, and it is in its fourth year of occurrence, and it has been sponsored by the UN's refugee agency, which is the UNHCR. And what they've been doing over the years is, you know, just building social cohesion, social development of the situation when it comes to refugees and in the country, and, you know, building that societal cohesion when it comes to refugees and locals in sport. Of course, and sport will always bring people together, and what better way to bring them together under the banner of social awareness than basketball. Tuks, of course, doing as they do best, and they've made quick work of the current possessions that they've had. As you see right there, straight inbound pass, one more man, Tuto finishes, and that's 6 points in the last 1 minute, 2 minutes, minute and a half at this point. And Tuks have definitely found a way to run away with this game. The Mighty are playing hard and quite physical, but they are just unable to get into the lanes that are going to be able to stop the Tuks' fast break, which has really been working. They just scored 8 points in the last 2 minutes, and it is something to note. Mighty with the ball. He's backing his man down, backing Allen down, gets the open look at the rim, and he does well for the guys to Victor Koza, able to collect 2 points there as he pushes the first basket in this quarter. A good play there by Tyrese. He was backed into the corner by those 2 Mighty defenders, but he's able to tip it off themselves and take it. Substitutions happening on the Mighty bench as Koza goes to the bench and Pawane comes onto the floor. Allen found himself alone. Trumelo found him, and that's another 2 points, and they have kept this barrage of baskets just coming. And it looks like, you know, the gun was loaded when they stepped up onto the court for this particular game, as Malachi's defense has got the bench going crazy. And Tyrese pushes the team, well, not Tyrese alone, because it started with Malachi's impressive defense with Allen's assist there over to Tyrese, and they push themselves over the 50-point mark. Trumelo saves the ball. Tyrese is on the run, gives it over to Allen. Allen goes all the way and he dunks that on top of Khanye, unfortunately, but that right there would be the play of the day. Khanye with the reply, unable to connect as Malachi sends it slightly too high over Shumelo, who is going to have to come back and play all that defense to get the ball again. Impressive dunk there by Alan Mamecha. And just by the way, like I said, first SA call-up as of last week at the BAL, playing for Team SA Select. And if you needed a reason as to why, you just witnessed it there. And of course, he's the 3x3 team player who will be going to the World Student Games in Germany. Able to collect. He's been able to collect. Kamo Dikhale collected the first rebound, the first free throw, but didn't get his second one. Here's Tyrese, unfazed by any of the action. He just wants to look good and play basketball, ladies and gentlemen. So he was given the unsportsmanlike foul. So number 8 from Mighty was given an unsportsmanlike foul that allows for Tux to go onto the line of and shoot 2. And on the line right now is Letun Dlovu, shooting for Tux. Unfortunately, doesn't make his second free throw. And with that unsportsmanlike call, possession will be retained by Tux. Time to play basketball again, and we still have a quarter and then some to play, as this is only the third quarter with this much heat going into it. Another foul was called, but in the favor of Mighty Basketball, and that will give them the offensive. As Moletti attempted the drive, but was stopped there by Allen. Unsuccessful on the attempt as Mighty are back down the floor. They are now on the offensive, swinging the ball around. Back in the hands of Kaukelo. The drive gets taken by Moletti. Matthew gets that clean out of the way. Shot goes up, doesn't get that to go. Masilela has to pass that over. And they get that out of the way. Ooh. Good attempt, but it was called a travel on the floor. Mighty in the hands of number 6 and number 9 as he if you noticed, you will see that on the front of his jersey he has a 6, on the back of the jersey he has a 9, but that's been confusing enough for me trying to remember who's number 9, who's number 6, and whose name to call out when it comes to the plays there. But that was Kamo. And there are substitutions happening in as Mighty looks to bring in some big men, whereas we see Usetolo coming in and Manamela stepping in, and they will, I assume, change the game as they're such they are such inside players that I want to see how they're going to work on that in terms of the way that Tux has ran their defense, which has pressed everybody outside of the key and outside of the 3-point line. And I want to see how these big guys are going to change that dynamic. Allen lines himself up, takes the shot, makes the shot, and it looks like practice. And that's what happens when you're on your home court. You need to be that comfortable because that man was in front of him. And there we go. They are now starting with 2 guys on the inside. Ball goes in, goes up, and he makes it. And almost immediately the effect of the 3 big guys is felt. And I asked myself, why hasn't coach played that earlier? Because the guards clearly weren't working against Tux because, you know, it's unfortunately looked that way. Warona Malembe from Tux is now on the free throw line. He was fouled by Manamela. Oh no, it has been called a side ball. Tuto with the shot, doesn't get that. Jumbo has the rebound and he's passed that down to Pawane, who's going to bring up the ball. Jumbo has the ball, takes the shot from outside, and it's good to go. Again, the big men have made the difference. 5 points already coming in from just their presence on the floor. Letu misses the shot and it goes right into the hands of Jumbo, who again just scored for the Mighty basketballers. Goes into Manamela. He's going to look to work inside, which he does, but doesn't get anything. And it is intense here, ladies and gentlemen. That scoreline, you can't actually see the scoreline difference on the floor because of the way these guys are still playing very hard. Masilela takes the shot from the top of the paint, but he doesn't get that to fall. Rebound by Malebati. So Pawane hands that over to Manamela. Manamela takes the shot up top, but he doesn't get that one to fall. I would consider it a little rushed. I mean, I've seen him shoot from there before, and he's good for it on a good day. But good play, good attempt. And he's going to the free throw line to reward the team for that effort. Collects his first of 2. That there is Letu Ndlovu. Doesn't get it the second one, and Jumbo walks away with that. Sitole. But unfortunate pass there. Hands the ball back into Tux's hands. Masilela over to Letu. Letu passes that out to Warona. He takes the shot from outside, and it's good to go. No basket there for the Mighty, and they have to transition back onto defense as Tucks are in attack mode as Matthew drives by, gets fouled. And look, I did say it is getting rough. It is looking rough, regardless of what that scoreline is. You'd swear it was a 2-3 point game, but they are definitely playing to stop each other. Matthew gets his first free throw. And he makes good on the second one. It's the full court press coming in by Tucks. Jumbo takes the shot from outside, doesn't get it to go. The tip coming in there from Thabo Masilela. Back into the hands of Tuto. Matthew putting the play on skates, but the second helping man able to tip it out of his hands. And the pressure is on. And Tucks have a free trip to the free throw line as the Mighty fouled, and they are now in collectives. Warona Malembe on the line for Tucks. And he makes good on that last free throw. As you can see, those are the Pretoria locals, Pretoria's basketball locals out there watching this game, and they are supporting the Mighty, though I think that they've that's why you see such a somber mood coming from them. Is that a timeout called? Long pass in, and it's successful as they're able to then break out of that full court press that Tucks had set up for them. Trying to find the man, Pawane with the ball. He sends that over to Kamo. Manamela has the ball now. He passes it over to Kamo. Kamo sends it over to Jumbo. Step back three. Unlucky. Doesn't get it. That will result in a jump ball scenario. Tucks called what I hear is a 31. And I'd like to see what that is, as Matthew takes that shot and doesn't get that to go. A bit of pressure in the front court on Malebati, as Warona puts the locks on him, almost getting away with that. Finding Manamela, who finds Malebati again. And they're still looking for the basket. Pawane takes the shot. And the cleanup was there by Sitole Tambo. And the last second countdown is happening now as players caught unaware on that last second countdown, believing it was the end of the game. But Tuks are sitting with an impressive 40-point lead with 63 points to 23 points against the Mighty. And we've still got a fourth quarter to go. Look, if anything to go by, it might be a clear win and indication by now already. But we're going to sit through this fourth quarter for the principle of basketball, because you don't stop playing until the end of the game. So I'll be catching you in the last little bits of the fourth quarter.
Are you sure? You guys missed one quarter. 22-63. You missed quarter one. That's 22-63. We got 10 more minutes to go. We are going to overtime. Yeah, so overtime. This is what it is. Opa! Opa na Plaza! Opa! Plaza! Ivan Jambo Tanya, man! Give Betty, Jambo! Jambo! Get about woman ball of fun of my hand! Give Betty! Get Betty to have a sign in the water!
And we are back. It is the last installment of the whole tournament, as at the end of this we will be crowning the winners of the Inclusion Cup for the men's division. And look, if I could bet on it right now, it would likely be Tuks, as Alan Mamecha does what he does, hits that three from the corner there to show you and speak on exactly why I think they might be walking away with this game. But just to kind of conclude, as we wind down, of course, this tournament has been run and by Sunnyside, and it's been a beautiful thing to experience. Like we said, it is for social development, it is for social inclusion, not only as basketballers but as nationalities, in terms of, you know, as South Africa, the Rainbow Nation is accepting and a promised land for many, and as refugees who are under the UN's refugee agency and program are being, you know, given a platform here today in terms of that social awareness, of course. Manamela with a shot for Mighty, but he's unable to connect. Tuks almost tipping that out of their own hands, where more than one person is rebounding. And the pressure was put on by those two in front of Tyrese in terms of their full court defense. And you never know, with back-to-back possessions coming in from the Mighty, you know, 10 minutes is a long time in basketball, and it would be crazy to witness a 40-point comeback, but it would be one for the books, and I think it would be great for basketball in any case. Matthew takes that shot for Tuks, and they keep going, of course. Mighty basketball finding Manamela inside. He takes that shot there, but he doesn't get that to fall. He's able to get his own rebound, goes all the way, and it bounces off the front. And Malebati was there for the rebound. Malachi sends it over to Matthew. Matthew gives it back to Malachi. So he's going to wait it out. Matthew with the shot from the top. Doesn't get it to go. But the save ball is in the hands of Tuks. Ooh, and Tlumelo doesn't get that and almost wobbles off the floor a little tentatively. But the game is still on, and they best make sure they keep their foot on the gas, because you never know what anybody could pull out, especially when you've got such a comfortable lead that you play lax and you relax a little too much. Tucks need to make sure that they keep on it. But Mighty are making some changes on their court as they send the three big guys who made a noticeable difference in the third quarter. If you remember when they subbed in, and I did make a note that they would bring some kind of presence to the game, are now being sent back to the bench, and they're bringing in the guards who I guess are going to try and run against these players. Ball has come in. It's in the hands of number 8, Ukhaukelo. Problematic man who, I guess with the rest on the bench, comes in and makes a difference as well, collecting 2 more points for the Mighty basketballers. Matthew jab steps the man, goes up, but unable to connect. And Khaukhelo drives against Allen, but he misses that. Allen secures that rebound. Tyrese sends that to Uhlumelo, was in the front court. Beautiful look there by Tyrese. Mighty pulling up from 3, doesn't get that one to fall. And Mighty have implemented a full court press, and that ball had to be inbound all the way to the half. It's getting a little risky for Tux. Allen looks, Kumelo's there. Goes all the way, but doesn't get the ball at the bottom of the net. And they find the backdoor cut. He does miss it, but did get fouled, so he will be going to the charity line. Unsuccessful on both of the free throws that he was able to attempt, but and he's back on that defense. He almost tipped that ball. He actually did get it. He's now on the offense. Tried a fancy move, but couldn't complete on that one. And Malachi over to Allen in the corner. Allen's on the corner, but he doesn't get that to fall. Mighty have got the ball. Good find on the cut there, but nothing is falling for the Mighty thus far. And Tyrese still controlling the ball. Doesn't quite get that to the teammate he was intending it for. And there's substitutions are going to be made right now on the floor for Tux, as I see players walking over to the bench. Mighty still unable to connect. Allen has the ball for Tux, gives it over to Malachi. He hands it back to Allen, over to H. And Matthew there with the final piece of that puzzle for the offensive set by Tux. It's still a 40-point deficit here for the Mighty, who continue to play as best that they possibly can as Pawona pivots around with H. who is gone. As he waits, he finds Matthew, who jams it down at home, of course. Jamming that one. And I think he rocked the rim on that one, absolutely. So they're just going over to set that right. Tabang. Substitutions being made on the floor. And Khanye dribbling it around a bit, but he's unable to get the ball all the way to the rim as Matthew had his hand up in his face. Still there, still on offense, still on defense. As Uletu, Masilela, whistle gets blown against Tux. As it's 3 more minutes of this game remaining, ladies and gentlemen. 3 more minutes before we crown, of course, Tux University of Pretoria as the winners of the Inclusion Cup. Finds the long pass, finds the man in the front, and they've got 2 more to go on this road to a title when it comes to Inclusion Cup, ladies and gentlemen. Khanye drives but doesn't get the opportunity to take the attempt. Basket goes up. Unfortunately doesn't connect. Into the hands of Masilela, who attempts the flashy but doesn't get that one to fall. And nothing is falling right now, and I think it's that stalemate in the game where the winner has been decided so much so that nothing else needs to be done on the floor. Ball goes over to Matthew. Matthew holds it for a bit, drives, gets fouled. And it is a side ball. Tyrese to Matthew. Matthew steps it up. He took the shot, but he wasn't able to get that to go. Letu also not able to connect there for Tux. The mighty Khanye. The defense keeping him under control as Letu. Tyrese is in the front. He's going all the way, and he makes that good for Tux. As this assault continues, and we are approaching the last minute of it, ladies and gentlemen. And it has been a pleasure personally for me being here with you guys today. My name is Gcina Panyana, your girl Klingon, and I'm here because of Basketball Sheriff, of course, and we are all here because of Sunnyside Basketball and UNICEF, or UNHCR, who have made this Inclusion Cup possible. How many? Matthew makes 1 of 2 so far. And he makes good on the second one. You can see what he does during the week, where he spends his evenings at the free throw line at the Remembrance Hall. We've got less than a minute going down, and a jump ball has been called. It is in the favor of Tux. And Molape gets the opportunity to attempt, but he unfortunately not able to connect, as Warona goes all the way coast to coast, and he makes that basket. Saucy. What a display here by Tux University. And if this is anything to go by, we're only halfway through the year. If you're considering Tux's biggest competition, of course, will be at the end of the year at USA's. I would love to see what it's going to be looking like by the time they get to that opportunity. They look good here today. Matthew swatting that out, and just like that, ladies and gentlemen, it is a wrap. Tux have walked away. They ran away with this game, and I'm proud to, well, congratulate them and say well done on becoming the champions of the Inclusion Cup. Once again, thank you to Basketball Sheriff for having us live on screen, of course, and thank you to the Sunnyside Basketball Club as well as UNHCR for the Inclusion Cup 2025. And if you are happy and you liked what you saw, of course, they will be bringing back this edition of this tournament next year again, and we look forward to seeing you, of course, in the basketball streets. This is Basketball Sheriff. My name is Tuna Panyana, signing out.